Yeah, I heard you. No problem.
Okay.
Oh, this is so...
I think you can go on now.
You're sharing it now?
Yeah.
Okay, I would share it now. Nice. Okay, I'm sharing my full screen now, so we could go on.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. So I kind of already wrote like a couple of tests here. Linda, I think there's a question on the chat for you. Okay. Everybody can see my screen, yeah?
Yeah, we can
Yes,
see
we
your
can.
screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will just like clear my console, clear everything, so we can start afresh. Okay, so I'll clear up everything I have done. So I just had like a couple of tests I wrote before. Okay, so like there's a simple backend here for register, login. So this is like what it looks like. It's just a very ugly thing, but yeah. Okay, I just have to put it together. How do I take this thing out of here? Okay, that's why. Okay, so this is just like a very simple to-do thing. I just have like a login, then oh, sorry, the backend server is not running. Sorry about that. So I'll just start. The front end server is already ready. It is like regular view. It's not Noxed or anything. So that's why it's running on port 8080. So I would, okay, backend server has started now, so can go on. So I already have like a couple of tasks that I have added under that email address. But because we're not here to talk about like functionality, we're talk about testing, so we will just move on. So to test, let's say we want to test our login, like want to test that our login is working, like the whole login process is working. We would just do let's just, so to start like a testing on Cypress, the describe sort of describes what the page is about. So, sorry, before you go on, I forgot to say, you need to do npm install. That's for anybody that is currently coding along. If you are coding along, I mean, no pressure. But if you're coding along, you just need to run npm install Cypress. But because I already have Cypress installed, I don't need to do that anymore. So when you install Cypress, then you do npx Cypress run. Sorry, Cypress open. This is going to open the desktop app of the UI graphics GUI on my system. So yeah, this is Cypress. So this is the name of my project, Vue Cypress task list. It's still loading. But yeah, while it's loading, so let's write a test at least so that when it finishes loading, we would have something that we want to test. So let's test like the most basic thing that we just did. That's the login. So let's call it index page, index. Let's call it index page, and we have a function. Oh, man. Okay, so let's test. So we have it. No, we're not testing for should have a title. User can log in.
Sorry, what extension are you using?
I expected the question. So it's this GitHub thing that they just launched, but it's on like a testing phase, a preview phase. So I mean, sometimes it gives you exactly, but the thing is, sometimes it's because I mean it's not a human being, so it doesn't. Sometimes it just gives you some very weird things. But yeah, let's. Did you have were you added to the wait list?
Yes, but I don't have access to it yet. But it looks awesome. I mean, it sounds awesome. I saw some previews online.
I think it is. I actually think it is, but I haven't really paid attention to it, to be honest. But yeah. So now we're checking for let's check if the user can log in. So to do that, we have to visit the URL, which is CryptoK. I'm sorry, it's not crypto. So we're going to visit the URL for login. What's happening? /login. So after visiting, I told you the command visits from the slides we just looked through is for going to like remote URLs. So we want to get, so yeah, I noticed I didn't mention this part. So I'm going to, my login file, that's my login file. Okay, so this is my login file, and okay, I have each of my components, each of my inputs have, sorry, my input is a component. So each of my inputs have like a data attribute. I called it data CY, data Cypress. Some people use data tests. I mean, I think it's sort of, but it is according to the Cypress documentation. I mean, they are the makers, so it's not really best practice to make use of IDs and classes or tags because these things change. So the only time when you should actually like make use of an ID or a class or maybe like a text content, say your button has like a value of submit, right? The only time you can use submit to target that button is if you know that if that button ever changes to save or any other thing, that's what you want the test to fill. But if you don't really care what the value is, but you want that button to be functional, you want it to click, you want anything to happen with it, it's best to use a data attribute that just stays, like doesn't change. Because I mean, IDs will change, classes might change, and all. So yeah, moving on. My inputs have like a data CY attribute, which is what I'm going to use to target my inputs, my login inputs. So let's use. Yeah, so my login email has a data attribute of login email. The password has login password, and then the submit, I just gave it submit. I mean, I could have actually just said login submit, but yeah, let's just move on. So we visit, now we are on our login page, our test files on the login page. So now we want to get, I'm so sorry, this thing is just really exhausting. But yeah, we want to get the data attribute for, want to get the data attribute for the password and the email. So to get those, I mean, the way we target data attributes normally, data CY. That was login email, yeah. So I told you that we use the dot type if when we want to type into something like an input. So I want to type, I already have an existing email address on it. So we'll just use that particular one. So we can use the login email, login password. Login password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Yeah, so I mean, does anyone have any questions so far? Oh, we're good. I mean, one person can just unmute and say we're good, so I can go on.
Sorry. I noticed you passed in the data CY attribute as like props.
Yeah, because I use like one input component for all my inputs. So I just passed in like, yeah, I just passed in all my.
So it's like a
Come
form
again.
and then you just pass. It's like a form component and then you pass in all the.
Yeah, this is the input. This is like your regular HTML inputs, but like everything is a prop. Everything is a prop. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Somebody else wanted to say something. Hello. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so the login form has a data attribute of login form. So we're going to get that now. So we can submit because it's a form, so it has like a submit function. Oh man. So like this is like a very, very simple so let me delete this one here. Just so yeah, that's sort of, so this test has passed. So this is what I meant by you can like you can inspect every step. So the first step we had was visit, cy.visit, cypress of visits, or whatever, login. So it goes to the /login page, which is this page. And then it gets the data, the elements or the DOM element that has data attribute of login email. And then it types in ev.net. And then it gets the login password, it types in the password, it gets the form, and then it submits. So the submit function on my login has, so when you submit, it sort of, does it, yeah, login, and then it pushes you to like the home page, which is / or I'm trapping everything to redirect everything to like my /todos page. So yeah, let me run it again, and yeah, we're in. Was that clear? So yeah, well, user can log in test has passed. Is everybody clear? Do I need to take something again?
No, I think it's clear. I think it's clear.
Okay, awesome. Let me just move on because like time is fast spent. So I would also like let's try to make a network request for this. So to make a network request, sorry, we use CY.request. CY.request. So this GitHub Copilot thing is just extra sometimes. So we need to pass in the method. It's not a get request, it's a post request. So you pass in the method, pass in the URL. This is not the URL, Shabo. Then we have our headers. Let's just pass. Okay, I think it's helpful now, I guess. It's just JSON. Yeah, let's close that. Then we have the body, of course. So we're going to be passing the email and the password. And the password would be, sorry, that's not supposed to be a string. So yeah, so there's something you can also do. So there's something we call alias. So this would sort of be saved as, sorry, this is not where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be here. So after making the request, you can save an alias. So you can save it as, let's save it as login. Let's save it as login. So now you can make reference to it within this scope, sort of. So let's get our response that we're going to get from this login. Excuse me. Well, this is just to sort of get back the token. Because like when you make a request, so let me just initialize token here, so we can get token. This is just to test. It's not like we're going to probably need this. Oh yeah. It's just extra. But yeah, this is going to have to pass the response. So yeah, we're going to see token should be equal to rest.body.token. So let's try to login should not the function. Oh, okay, no, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to wrap this in thing, and then that should one of the something is missing.
No.
Where did it keep? One of our parentheses is gone. It's not here. See why the get login. So we have login should press. Okay. I think that's it. Something is, sorry guys. Let's comment this part out first. So we have bad requests. What's the bad request? User / login. Okay. Our test is stopping at login. So please let's not waste time here. Please, I don't want us to spend all day here. Let's test something on the home page. But yeah, basically, when you want to make a network request, this is like literally what's supposed to happen. Maybe we should just test the status code or something. I guess this should work. Let's test what's happening. China status was not found. Guys, this is one of those errors that I cannot look into right now. Let's just move on. So let's look at our index page. So after logging in, of course, we're now on our home page. So let's check that we're able to see, let's check that our user is able to see the index page. So just say should be able to see index page. Then we have a function. So we are going to say that the you should check the URL that includes. Why does it keep going on, focusing out? It should include I guess GitHub Copilot is here for us. It should include to-dos because I mean this is what the URL is like. So when it includes to-dos, then we want to get. So I gave this tasks guy a data property of homepage. Here we have a tasks list. Yeah, H1, it has a data CY attribute of index title. So we're going to get that guy. So we're going to get we're going to get an element, a DOM element on the home page that has an index, a data attribute of index title, and then we're going to check that it contains it should contain tasks, not to do. That's what we have in there. Yeah, tasks. So we're going to save this one. And sorry, I forgot to comment out everything on the request. This is supposed to be done outside. Sorry, guys. So we have one use case here. We have the second one here. So yeah, the second test should be able to see index page. So it has checked the URL and it has checked that it has the to-dos included in the URL. Then it gets the data attribute to index title and is expected to contain tasks, which obviously does. And yeah, we're good to go on that. So we just have one last case because of time. one last use case. I mean, you can always message me or send me a Twitter message or LinkedIn message after now, so we can talk more about Cypress. But I mean, time is fast spent, so we can't cover everything. So let's write the test that is going to fail. So we have a clear all button here. That's when you click on it. When you click on clear all, it's actually supposed to clear every single thing here, every single task on your UI. But let's try to make it fail. I'm going to go to the task. It's on the task. Yeah, it's on the task list. Clear all. Yeah, I already even added it. So I'm going to make it disabled so that our user can't click on it. I've given the data attribute of clear all tasks button. So we are going to try to target that guy. It should be able to clear all tasks. Sorry. Let's cut that guy out. So yeah, so it's a button. So we want to be able to click it. So let's see if that test passes. So yeah, it says because the element is disabled. So yeah, this is why I say Cypress is like a very intuitive framework to use, a very intuitive tool to use for your test, because like it just tells you what the problem is. It even like brings out your HTML element and shows you like what it looks like. So our button is currently disabled, so we will not be able, or your user will not be able to test it. Or sorry, will not be able to click on clear all. So that's, now you know that it's like a problem. So when you take out the disabled attribute there, it will clear. So I think I have like a couple other tests here that I can just breeze through, since we don't have like a lot of time to go through anything. Yeah, so this is like another test that was written with Cypress, Vue and Cypress. So first off, we have, this is like a network request thing. So this is the alias, you get it as this, and no, this is not why I came here. I came here to show you guys one about pagination. So I will just start this server so that we can run our tests on it. So it's running on localhost 3000. Oh, what's going on? Oh, okay. I think there's our backend server is also running on localhost 3000, so that's why. So what is the problem? Cannot get what? Huh? This is so weird. Oh, sorry, I stopped my Cypress. Send the backend server. So yeah. I think that API is actually no longer exists. Okay, it's still working. So this is like a very simple, a very basic project. And we have a couple of pagination buttons here to go to the next page, next page, next page. So we can test that instead of me, every time I want to test that my pagination is still working, I have to come to this UI and click on like next or last page or stuff like that. I can just from my tests get my pagination. So here I used area label to sort of target the buttons. So I named the array label, go to next page for, so I'm trying not to confuse anybody because I know that people said that there were like some beginner people from on this call. So this is my pagination component, and I have like, go to previous page. This is for this previous button. And then we have one for the next button, like that. They all have like, go to first page, go to second page, go to third page, go to last page. So I get each of them like that. So I click on it and I wait 500 milliseconds. So this wait is because there's an API call for every time you click on it so that it sort of like fetches. So you have to wait for everything to load. And then I'm checking that the list has a length of 11. So like that, you can like literally test different things. Like the first test here was written to test like the first page renders. Let me just run the Cypress command here so we can just npx Cypress open. While it's loading, does anybody have any questions? Are we all good?
I actually have a question about this wait instruction. So
What instructions? Sorry.
About the cy.wait.
Or the wait thing. So yeah,
Yes.
sometimes it's actually very unnecessary. Like it's one of the first things that they even put on their documentation, that you don't necessarily need to wait every time. Because like if you check people that write some Cypress codes online, you'd see like wait almost everywhere. So there are times that it's actually not necessary.
My question is like, isn't there any way to make it asynchronous?
Asynchronous. So I think that's like a whole nother is somebody talking. So I think that's like a whole other thing that I would like have to look into. But yeah, it's what's happening here. Yeah, you're saying hi. Are you saying hi?
Sorry?
Or somebody is talking, or it's
I think
the person
it's just background noise.
Okay.
I think
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Because
Yeah,
I
and
I feel like you might not know like how long the API call will take. Like there's really no way to tell. It might take a while. It might take
exactly.
Things like that.
Exactly.
So there's a way to make it asynchronous or make it like maybe dependent on when the response is received or something. That would anyway, that's what I wanted to ask if there was a way to do that.
Well, it's not something I've tried, but I mean, it's something that we can look into. Of course, I don't know about it though. I actually don't think I've had to do any asynchronous, like an async inside Cypress, because I know even like local storage itself is like a problem. It's like using Cypress. I think there's like a bunch of ways around it. So like it's not like as straightforward as writing your JavaScript regularly. Do you get?
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, so it's not I don't think it's not like everything that is like legit allowed, if you put it that way.
Okay, I have a
Somebody
question.
else was saying they had a question. Yeah.
I have a question. Sorry. So I know in the code you were writing, you add a series of steps where you try to check for the index page, and you logged in and then you submitted the form. But then you wrote some code about a post request now, and then you kind of commented it out. So I wanted to ask that. I thought maybe the submit form was already doing that work already. So I didn't know why you wrote the post request.
Yeah, so we can comment this part out and use this. I kind of wanted to show you guys like network, like network requests in Cypress. That's it.
Okay, all right, just wanted to know that. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically it. I think we've actually like overspent time, so I just don't want to like keep talking. So yeah, so this is sort of like the end of today's lecture, I guess. I think I'm like 13 minutes, 14 minutes beyond my time.
No, it's totally fine. You know, we had to.
Let me not be that person.
No, now, you know, we had technical issues. You actually did a great job. And like I set the time for the meetup to be 1 hour, 30 minutes. So you're definitely within
Oh,
the
okay.
duration. Yeah. So,
Yeah, so let
well,
me
if
just
that,
like let me just say like a round up talk to just end
yeah,
everything I've been saying.
okay.
So yeah, like I some people might be like, I personally, when like I started testing, like I usually just think like, how do I even know like when I'm done testing? Because it seems like every single thing needs to be tested or can or should be tested. Like, I mean, you can as little as check whether an element is even visible, check whether a button is visible. Like, but I think it's just about code coverage. Because the truth is that I don't think you can ever really completely finish testing your whole project, to be honest. But yeah, I'm just going to give Linda the floor now to have to like sort of end this meeting. But yeah, this is all. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for your time and your audience. I'm grateful to sort of give you guys this lecture. Thank you so much. So yeah, you can reach me on my email, phone number, Twitter, whatever you want to reach me by. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you
Yeah,
too. Awesome.
you're clapping.
Woo! Woo!
Yes.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, you can stop sharing your screen now.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Okay, so as you can see, you've all witnessed, Jennifer did a really great job showing us all the bits and pieces of Cypress and how to test buttons and requests. Thank you very much. You actually did an awesome job. Like, I'm just looking at the chats now, everybody's clapping and saying wonderful things. So you can still like talk with them in the chat while I round up, like posting a link to your Twitter profile so we can follow you. Would also tweet you on our Twitter handle and also share your slides. But indeed, I want to say thank you on behalf of the whole VueJS Meetup team and community. Thank you so much for coming on board, taking the time to prepare the slides. And I could see like the fact that you made it an interactive session. You were really focused on making sure that everyone that's listening was carried along, and that's really nice of you. And say thank you very much for that. So
Thank you so much.
yeah, so I would recommend you anywhere, any occasion, any conference. You did a wonderful job. Okay, so I think like that's pretty much it. Like, that's how we roll every Saturday at the end of the month. We just come on board, learn all that we can, and head on back to our restful weekends. Because I feel like as developers, we spend a lot of time working, and then during the weekend you're meant to build side projects. So you have to, everybody really like values their weekends. But thank you everyone for showing up. Thank you. You guys were really active in the chat. I want more of this, more of this. Be active, don't be shy, ask your questions. Like, I really love this energy. And with all the technical things that we faced, you guys kept on till the very end, and I really appreciate that. Hopefully would not experience anything like that going forward. And I won't say that's a promise, but I will work on making sure we don't experience any of that. But yeah, so thank you everyone. um okay, yeah, I can. Okay, no, that's not Jaffa. But yeah, okay, I just saw at Mo Bonobong. But whatever is happening in the chat, you people can enjoy yourself. Maybe you could continue it on Twitter. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. This is the end of the session. I will be like leave you because it just mean everything will end. But if you still want to talk, still have questions, I posted the link to all of our platforms where you can join us and post questions even during the weekdays. I just posted it again in the chat. You can connect with us on Twitter, on Medium, on Slack, and just be up to date. We're most active on Twitter, but you'll be up to date with every new coming talk. And you should know that we're also always actively seeking speakers. So if you built something cool, learned anything, feel free. And we're always welcoming first-time speakers. You don't have to have spoken at some conference before. Would walk you through it and even have a practice run with you. So have a great Saturday, everyone. See you next month. Thank you again, Jennifer. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.